guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Rachel. So if you're new on this channel, today we are doing a Q&A, so it's a good time to get to know each other more. So I did a Q&A on my Instagram, and people asked really wonderful questions, and I just wanted to answer those questions on the YouTube channel. And FYI, I got a new camera for my channel. This year we are shooting content. We are being consistent, hopefully. It's because I feel like it's easy to be motivated at the beginning of the year. You know, we all have all these goals, but then as the year goes by, life happens. But I'm really trying my best to be consistent with this channel. And this camera, investing in this camera, is motivating me or inspiring me to be consistent. I've been shooting with my iPhone 13 Pro, I guess, but I can see a huge difference. It's actually very noticeable. I thought that my iPhone camera quality was like good, but now that I started like shooting and taking videos with this camera, there's definitely a difference, especially with video quality. But this is my first video where I am using my new camera, so I'm excited to shoot this video. Anyways, let's get started. I'll be using my phone because I took screenshots of the questions. Okay, so the first thing somebody asked was top 3 restaurants in Philly. I'm not gonna mention names just to make it very like smooth. I'm not gonna mention names who asked what, but I'm just gonna mention the questions and my answer. So top 3 restaurants in Philly. I'll say my favorite is Double Knot. It's kind of like a fancy restaurant, and it's really pricey because it's like a chef's tasting menu. But like occasionally, like celebrating wins, me and my partner go there, and it's very good. Like it's kind of like a Japanese Asian cuisine, so it's very good. But they have everything, and when I mean everything, the food, it's amazing. Anyway, so that's my top 1. My top 2, I will say maybe Cafe La Mode. It's like a brunch place. We go there a lot for Sundays. And then top 3, what's my top 3? I would say like any of the Italian restaurants. There are a lot of Italian restaurants in Philly, and I've tried out a couple. I've just not like, you know, memorized the names, but I definitely love me some Italian food, so definitely one of the Italian places. So far I haven't been disappointed by Italian food in Philly, so I would say any of the Italian restaurants definitely in my top 3. And then second question is, what's something that you look forward to each week? Let me think. I feel like just life in general. I think that each week has something unique to offer. Like some weeks it's very like normal routine, you know, work, studying, you know, all this other stuff. But there are also some weeks where there's something different happening. Maybe I have a presentation, I have a meeting, like a non-work meeting with someone, or like I'm looking forward to shooting content. That's something I also look forward to, because it's not every day I get a chance and time to shoot content. So I plan out my week like, oh, this day I want to shoot content, in the weekend I want to shoot content. So that's something I definitely look forward to during my week. And then somebody asked, why did you pick this specific camera? So I got a Canon M200. I picked this specific camera because I watched like videos and read articles on YouTubers beginner friendly cameras with good quality, and this was one of them with a Sony one. But I decided to go with this one specifically because it's beginner friendly, but also secondly the quality is good. A lot of reviews were very positive about this. And then it also has like the flipping camera thing, so you kind of see yourself when you're taking videos and pictures. Mostly the quality, and also I wasn't willing to like spend like thousands and thousands of dollars on a camera right now. I just wanted to start small and see how we go from there. So that's the reason why I chose this camera. And then another thing was random, but what's the best advice you have ever received? I feel like the best advice I've ever received is from my mom. Like, I think growing up, I went to boarding school at a young age, and every time before I go to school, my mom will say, always remember where you come from and be content. I think that's like something that always played in my mind, even now as I'm grown up and like navigating life. I'm realizing that that's such good advice, especially like in this day and age where we tend to compare ourselves with other people, other people's journeys and stories. I think that I always tell myself not to compare myself with anyone or anything, because I myself, I know my own story and it's unique to me and I should own mine. And then also just knowing that, like, you know, I come from humble beginnings and like a humble background. So every time I feel pressured to do something just because everyone else is doing it, or I feel pressured to be somewhere because everyone is there, I should remember where I come from, and I should remember that those humble beginnings are the ones that will also help me get to where I need to be. So I think that's the best advice that I will always keep, and I'll hopefully pass it on to my children, to be content in life. And then, are you a coffee or a tea person? I feel like I'm a tea person. I'm not a coffee person at all. I know that I've met a lot of people in the academia, actuaries as well, like, oh, like they can't live without coffee for that energy boost and studying. But personally, I cannot do coffee, guys. I cannot do coffee. I prefer tea. Even tea, I don't really drink often, but I prefer tea because at least with tea, I can switch it up. I can buy different flavors. I can put in like ginger, lemon. So I definitely prefer tea. And then the other one is, what type of content can we expect this year? Yeah, that's a very good question, considering that I talked about staying consistent. I would say definitely in the area of more like lifestyle and career. I know that initially when I started this channel, it was like a lot of focus on actuarial science, but also just showcasing my life in general, and that you don't have to be like one thing, you can be everything. And so I want to continue though, like giving out actuarial science content, because I realize that I also have like some subscribers, or most of my subscribers, who are interested in the actuarial science content. So I continue documenting my journey, continue documenting like some of my work experiences in terms of like just studying and work and so forth. So definitely that. And then lifestyle, this lifestyle content, I'll be more of like, you know, okay, fine, let's shoot like a cooking video, let's shoot like preparing video, let's shoot a cleaning video, let's shoot like a, even let's say for example, if I'm traveling, I'll rather not like shoot my whole traveling experience. Like I'll rather like a specific like activity on my trip and I'll vlog it, or like prepare with me or pack with me for my trip, like items like that, instead of like vlogging like an entire experience, like with clips here and there, clips here and there, because I think I find that a little bit mentally exhausting for me to remember to vlog, but even most importantly to like continue vlogging while I'm in that experience, if that makes sense. So I think that's just my preference, and that will kind of like shape the content that you'll be seeing here. So it'll be lifestyle, but in from that perspective. Career, I also want to dig deep more into like spirituality. I think that spirituality is a big part of me, and I also used to do some videos on like mental health. I want to continue doing that, maybe just not of myself, but like other people that I could bring on my channel as well. So definitely those three pillars are the ones that I want to focus on. And in the lifestyle aspect, I also want to do more like budgeting and planning aspects as well. Not that I'm like an expert or whatever, or professional, but I realized that like I spend a lot of time planning and budgeting, and I feel like at some point I want to share it on this channel and how I do that. And then I want to visit Philly. Will you show me around, please? Yes, sure, please come to Philly. I'll show you around. Hopefully when the weather is warmer, spring and summer, I'll show you around. We can go around to places. I invite you, come to Philly. And then, what's your favorite thing about each other? Oh no, I think this was a separate question, because when I say that I'm gonna shoot a video, my first video with my baby, like as in my camera, my new baby, some people thought I was saying like with my partner, but yeah, it was like my baby, my camera. So this was something different. I'm just gonna skip that. And then, what's your traveling bucket list? My traveling bucket list, I will say Europe. We'll see how things go, but hopefully next year, like I think Europe will be a very like, sorry, yeah. So what I was saying, I think Europe will be like a very good experience. I've never really been to Europe like that, so I want to go to Europe. I want to visit maybe like a couple of people that I know in Europe, because I have friends in Europe. And another thing is, I think I want to try out another island, maybe like a Virgin, like US Virgin Island or British Virgin Island. I don't know what they're called, excuse me. But yeah, any of those, I think I want to visit that. I want to go, you know me, island vacationing and island life. That's me, that's what I'm about. So definitely one island, definitely Mexico, and an African country. A lot of people have been talking about Tanzania a lot, and Zanzibar, so maybe around that area, but I'll see. Yeah, an island, Europe, and an African country that's not in Southern Africa. That's what I really have on my travel bucket list. But I also don't think these are items for this year, because this year I have other plans and priorities. But hopefully next year will be like my traveling year. And then, how often would you be able to produce content with this? Is it easier? I think I'm more motivated, like I mentioned earlier on, to shoot content because I got a new camera, and it feels like I'm finally investing in this channel. So I think it'll be easier, and also just the quality is very motivating. Like, I took a reel with this camera in my room, guys, and it came out really good in terms of quality versus when I normally take with my phone. So definitely more motivating and easier to take content. How convenient would you say it is shooting with a video camera and a phone? I feel like it'd be more convenient shooting with the video camera, and also it really feels like I'm shooting versus a phone, where like sometimes there's no distinction between just like stuff you are taking for yourself versus stuff you are taking for your platform. And then any celebration plans once you pass the last exam? Are you planning to take FSA exams? I'm assuming they meant like last ASA exam, which I'm writing in March. I'll say celebration would just be like relaxing. I won't really be relaxing because I have to do some modules as well before I get my designation, but just relaxing, if that makes sense. Like right now it's like studying, working, and doing all the other hobbies, but it's also a part where studying takes up a huge part of like your time, even just mentally. Finishing these essay exams, I'll be relaxing. I'll be more free to do stuff and try out stuff, such as visiting my friends around the US. And then, are you planning to take FSA exams? Definitely, hopefully I'm planning to take FSA exams. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys for coming here. Thank you for participating in the Q&A. I have a feeling I'm missing some stuff, but I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit disorganized today. But I'm so glad that you guys came to my Instagram and actually engaged and asked a few questions. That's great. And I hope you get to know me a little bit more through this Q&A. And if not, my Instagram is open, it's public, anyone can see, ask questions, ask clarifications, so feel free. Yeah, thank you guys for coming to this channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.